Tacos without cheese is just a crime. Tacos without cheese and pine. All right, buckle up. Sorry, I'm having tacos tonight and we're out of cheese, so that's like all I can really think about. Anyways, this lady goes, millennials and Gen Z do not want to have children. Lack of village question mark. Let's see what she's got to say. We actually just covered this on the main channel. We did like a very in-depth, deep, thorough conversation on it. But I get it. I'm older and I don't have kids, but I do want one.
Millennials and Gen Z do not want to have children. A study just came out saying that a lot of millennials and Gen Z are not wanting to have children or only want to have like one child.
Guilty.
Huh. I wonder why. I mean, the study said finances, which I get that because like childcare costs are expensive. Like,
she goes, I get that. Everything's fucked. She just said it so nonchalant. She's like, I get it. I'm not making fun of her. I thought that was kind of funny. I think that's the main reason. I want to see the comments on this one, but I think that's kind of the main reason. And then also look in the future like that. Look beyond and you go, it's not looking too cool. So I think that those two are like probably the biggest. Definitely financial for sure.
Housing, food cost, everything like that is, finances come into play. It's expensive. But then I wonder, I get like freedom too. Like they just want more freedom. I get that too. But also I wonder if community comes into play and like having a village. Like a lot of us don't have the village that we used to have. And like the community, the sense of community where we knew we could lean on each other. So I wonder if that comes into play too. Like I'm just really curious about that study. That's very interesting.
She's kind of got a point before we jump into the comments. I mean, 3 of my dearest friends, like brothers from several different mothers, have kids. I've never babysat once. The one dude's 8. My little nephew, my fake nephew, fake Uncle Jack. F.U. Jack. I've never even babysitted one time. My best friend in the world just had a kid. Never. I've held him. That's about it. My other friend is 5. Never babysat for him. Probably don't want a guy in a red leather jacket babysitting for you. I get that. I'm just saying, we're talking about brotherhood. I was best man at 2 of these guys' wedding, But I do understand that because I don't have any parents. They're dead, right? I don't have brothers and sisters. And then my girlfriend, whenever we have a kid, it's... So that kind of does make sense. But I'm thinking more along the lines of, I don't know if the village has to do with it. I'm going to assume it's... Here's something else. On the video I did on the main channel, most people, it was a selfish thing. They wanted more time for themselves. It was like, I'd rather travel, fuck off, and do anything I want. There's a fly in here. Little shit. Than have a kid. That was a big one. Well, let's see what the comments got to say here. I'm Gen X. My parents just retired last year, and my kids are 16 and 19. Grow the fuck up. Oh, that was a bit brash. The woman responded, that's not nice. If we want young people to have babies, then let's create a supportive environment. Pass paid leave, universal health care, affordable child care, housing, college. Embrace kids as a society. We don't. Yeah, remember it used to be I don't do fast food, but remember McDonald's, Burger King, playpens and shit? You never see that anymore. Everything's very bland. Everything's made for adults. That's something else. There used to be the Discovery Zone. You guys ever go to that shit? I don't know, man. I'm in Florida. We had the Discovery Zone. It was like ball pit heaven, right? Those things don't even exist anymore. Have you seen Chuck E. Cheese? Pathetic. You know what we have now? We have Chuck E. Cheese for adults. You could get drunk. Yeah, that's a real thing. Arcades with beer. That's what's going on. I just don't like children. I'm almost 40. Yeah, that's like a lot of people. I just don't want kids. Right here. My kids are worried about the state of the world, climate change. That's my favorite, climate change. And our march into fascism. They have a village. They are concerned about the world that they would be bringing children into. Yeah, I think that's a big one too. And the selfishness. And it's expensive. Dude, daycare, are you kidding me? Fuck that shit. I'm surprised jobs, if people wanted to keep having kids, it's almost like it's gotta be bring your kid to work day every day, you know? If you work from home, that makes sense. Like if I had a baby right now, I work from home, just like chilling, just have him in my arm, you know? Going, hey, look at this. Everything is expensive. Village is non-existent. A lot of younger boomers from 1958 to 64 and Gen X are still working. They can't even enjoy their grandkids like the silent generation did. Yeah, that's true. Actually, a couple people I know, they just pawn the kids off onto the grandparents like full time. They're just getting raised by grandparents. I talked about this a long time ago on this channel. Scroll all the way down. A society raised by grandparents. Because a lot of people who have kids, it's like they're still a kid. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Like, because a lot of 30-year-olds, and I'm 35, so I still feel sometimes like, I'm like, am I a man? I am a man. I get that, right? But I'm saying sometimes I like to fuck off, I like to have fun. And I don't view myself, like if you look at a 30-year-old in the 90s or the 80s, I feel like it's like, oh, that's a grown up. But it's kind of, does that make sense? Like a whole society not growing up? We talked about this before. I am a Gen X who had 5 children, worked full time, and my husband and I did not rely on anyone but ourselves. His parents were deceased, and my parents worked. We lived a lifestyle that we could afford. Yeah, then. This is now. Sugar tits. Yeah, no, just kidding. Not really. Millennials always lump themselves in with Gen Z to appear younger. No, here's something to think about. Boomers was a 20-year gap. The generation of boomers was 2 decades. So we're kind of just making our own. And millennials, we were the first one. Like I'm a millennial, mid-level, mid-tier millenn. I get it, man. I got wrinkles and shit. I'm not Gen Z, whatever, dude. I'm ahead of the curve. We were the original Gen Z. We already said fuck society, or at least I did. I was a pioneer for y'all. Just kidding. But I had MySpace at 13. You know, you had this at 13. I was on a computer, but I was on the forefront of this. You were born with it. So there is a little bit of a difference, but not really at the same time. We're going, what the fuck is this? You were just raised with it. So we're kind of in a weird spot. So we're all, and we never got to experience any of this shit they're talking about. That Gen X person, it's like we had 5 kids, raised them all on our own. We're in the same boat, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, we're like one big, we're like the new group of boomers, if that makes sense. But without the easy breezy, beautiful cover girl economy. Yeah, but because it is like one lump sum. We're the first kind of 2 generations to really grow up in this new fucking world going, what's happening? I am a boomer who has 2 Gen Z kids. Oh, wow. I had 0 help. Grandparents were all deceased. And, wow, they had kids old. I never had any help. That's why I only had 2. I can't imagine having kids nowadays. I'm Gen X. Yeah, it's a whole different ballgame. I'm an older millennial, and I don't want kids at all. Yeah, none of these people are really talking about it, but I'll leave this lady's info down below. Wait, she's got a little bit left. What's she got to say here?
If you're a millennial that's childless or Gen Z and you don't want to have kids, weigh in.
Okay, well, I'm not going to weigh in because I do want kids. I'm just also selfish. That's why I'm 35 with no kids. So probably around like 37, 38. You know, us men, we could bust a nut late in life and kind of make it happen. Hopefully my girlfriend can keep up, or my wife, whatever, right? But that's kind of the happy medium for me because I know once it happens, forget it. Everything you're doing, you're going to have now you got to include a baby. So, you know, I'm kind of just still squeezing a little bit of life out. Anyways, you guys leave your thoughts. I'll leave her information down below. Solid talk. I'm going to go work on that taco and cheese problem. But that's my big concern. But that does make sense. Like, I don't think the village is a thing to do with it, though. I really don't. because we look at it like me and my girl, if we have kids, it's kind of, we already don't see anybody anyways. Everybody's busy working all the time. But that's something I didn't really think about. And how come I haven't babysat one time? That's fucked up. I'm making some phone calls. I gotta go.